We shall now begin with the valedictory program.
Now we have a short clip on our today's activities.
We request our director, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan, to escort our dignitaries, Mr. Munawar Peerboy, Mr. L.V. Samy, Professor Srinivasan Ranganathan. We also request Dr. A.B. Rao, Dr. Roshan Kazi, and Professor Javed Khan to please come up on the dais.
Could we have Javed sir, please? Our chief guest for the valedictory program is Mr. L.V. Samy. We request Mr. Samy to speak a few words for us.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a very exciting day, isn't it? We had wonderful discussions, and The theme was a very apt theme, and the 3 panel discussions were really wonderful. We started the day with Professor Ganesan setting up the tone for the conference, starting with provocative questions. Do we really need to make in India? Do we need to pollute India by adding more manufacturing? That was followed by Jitendra Padal's talk on what Bharat Forge does, as well as the work they are doing on the defense side. And also, one of the things that took my attention was the blue collar to white collar transformation. We had Lifetime Achievement Awards, well-deserved one to Dr. Subhash Sippy, as well as a well-deserved contribution award to Dr. Anand Sardeshmukh. We had the chairman of your trust, Mr. Munawar Pirbhai, talking about Make in India, Made in India, Made for India. And he set the tone for further discussions to follow on. I think that was referred to in some of the panel discussions that followed. Then we had the first panel discussion on challenges and opportunities for manufacturing sector in India, which myself, along with Jitendra Patil, Anand Sardeshmukh, Deepak, and Ramesh participated. I think we had different contributions from different industry sectors, whether it be from a defense sector or myself from the IT, and Anand Sardeshmukh doing from a Chamber of Commerce perspective, and Deepak talking about his experience on the manufacturing side, and Ramesh talking from a Leah Corporation from a manufacturing side. And we had an excellent panel discussion on the second one, which was the challenges and opportunities for startup, MSME, and academia. It was Nagaraj set the tone for the panel discussion on the SME sector, which was followed by Sandeep Deve on the innovation side, and Jayakara Shetty talking about the manufacturing and the skill shortage, and Dr. Prem Sethi talking about his experience on the academics and the gap between the academics and the industry. And Professor Ranga talked on intrinsic enablers and whether we are you really ready, and what you really need to be doing for you to make use of the opportunity that is being presented to us. On the last panel discussion, we talked about challenges and opportunities for international trade and Indian perspective. I think Professor Dr. Ganesan set the tone as usual with his provocative remark, are we shooting in the dark? Okay. And he talked about the value chain. He talked about a high-level view of what's the complexity on international trade. And Kunal Sharma spoke on the challenges in setting up an international trade business in India for Jacobs with the engine brakes, and then the associated challenges on the roads and the vehicles, drivers, the culture, the taxation, and various things. And H.P. Srivatsa spoke about a simple definition of international trade. Trade that's not done within your local country on the same currency is international trade. And then he talked about the various key aspects that is involved in international trade and the challenges that are associated with it. And Mr. Rashri Sen shared his wonderful experience on his practical international trade of dealing with over 50 countries. It's no mean feat. I think it was overall excellent day. I really enjoyed it, and personally I benefited it, and I'm sure that all of you also benefited from this exercise, and you all have made me feel very young. Being with younger people makes you feel young. It's now time for all of you to reflect and think through how you want to move forward with this. Okay? And I wish you all the best, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now call upon a family member of Allana Institute of Management Sciences, Professor Srinivasan Ranganathan, who has been a part of Checkmate for the past 7 years. Sir, we would love to hear a few words from you.
I want to take a couple of minutes. A CEO of a company said, I built the entire business playing golf with the customer. And immediately the junior person said, oh, if I have to become a CEO, I have to learn how to play golf, is it? Then this person said, just think for a minute. It's not about playing golf. Why should that customer feel like playing golf with me? How do I create that feeling of that customer to play golf with me? I think that is what entire business is all about. I want to just talk to you about it. Why am I giving this example? Is because the second year of my Checkmate, I asked Ganeshan this question. Okay, sorry, Dr. Ganesh. Okay, we're so much used to each other, I keep taking the liberty. Why are you doing this event? For what? He said, yeah, the industry will benefit, but his answer really touched my heart. He said, I want my students to get the best of exposure. Give him a hand. Okay. Now, why am I giving this example is because, do you know what it means? If he picks up the phone or writes an email to all the senior people in the industry and say, I'm conducting an event, can you please come? Related back to the golf example, why should people feel like saying a yes to him? Right? Why should Mr. Swami, Mr. Swami come all the way from Australia for this event? Right? Why should I leave my family behind on a weekend and come here for just a 20-minute talk? I'm giving a very important lesson here. His intent is he wants to give the best of exposure to you people, and I think it's important that the student values what is actually coming their way. Is it fine? I think it's not easy. It's not easy that anybody picks up a phone and calls some people and people will say, okay, fine, I'll come tomorrow, right? And nobody will come. We are very lucky to have this kind of, each person in this room is very lucky to have this kind of an exposure. And Checkmate has become very close to my heart because I make it a point to also come here if I'm not traveling out somewhere to come here and share my perspectives. I go back enriched every time, taking back a lot of learnings from this place, right? It's an amazing energy. It's a great feeling every time. And the kind of wide contacts through which he pulls out almost everybody from every different industries to be able to get it. I think if that one attribute each person in this room picks up, the amazing strength of networking, the amazing strength of ability to call upon different people to be able to reach here, I think we'll all go a long way. From the depth of my heart, I extend my thanks to Ganeshan and to everybody who have been here and wonderful students. I think you're the future of this country, and it's not just India is your place. I think the whole world is your place. So make the best use of it. Thank you so much with a lot of gratitude.
Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. Munawar Peerboy to share a few words.
Yeah. After 2 days of brainstorming, I want all of you to just relax and take it easy. And therefore, I am not going to torture you with one more speech. Instead, what I'll do, that I will read a beautiful poem by Gulzar. In today's hectic world, I think it has a lot of meaning, especially to the seniors, but also relevant to the juniors. आहिस्ता चल जिंदगी, अभी कई कर्ज चुकाना बाकी है, कुछ दर्द मिटाना बाकी है, कुछ फर्ज निभाना बाकी है। रफ्तार से तेरे चलने से कुछ रूठ गए, कुछ छूट गए। रफ्तार से तेरे चलने से कुछ रूठ गए, कुछ छूट गए। रूठों को मनाना बाकी है, रोतों को हंसाना बाकी है। आप लोगों के लिए कुछ हसरतें अभी अधूरी हैं, कुछ काम भी और जरूरी है। ख्वाहिश जो घुट गई इस दिल में, इनको दफनाना बाकी है। कुछ रिश्ते बनकर टूट गए, कुछ जुड़ते जुड़ते छूट गए। कुछ रिश्ते बनकर टूट गए, कुछ जुड़ते जुड़ते छूट गए। इन टूटे छूटे रिश्तों के जख्मों को मिटाना बाकी है। इन सांसों पर हक है जिनका, इन सांसों पर हक है जिनका, उनको समझाना बाकी है। आहिस्ता चल जिंदगी, अभी कई कर्ज चुकाना बाकी है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Let us now appreciate the efforts of the participants who had taken part in the paper presentation and poster presentation competition. I request Mr. Munawar Peerboy to give away the awards for paper presentation competition. Winner for track 1 is Miss Rekha Nair.
Come on, keep the clap, guys.
Winner for track 2 is Miss Archana Lahuti.
For the poster competition, the second runner-up is Mr. Ejaz Ansari. The first runner-up, Miss Rachel Michael. And the winner for the poster presentation is Ilham Kazmi and Nargis Sheikh. Prizes as well for the poster competition, and those go to Clement and Ingrid from MBA. Okay. And the second special recognition goes to Seth Patil and Sana Bhagwan from MCA. Can we hear it for them, guys, please? Now this way.
All the poster winners.
Okay. Even the paper presentation, only poster. Can we have the poster presentation winners to please come up for a group photo?
And runner-up also.
Yeah. All the runner-up and the winners. So you want the special recognition?
Yeah, everybody.
And even the ones for with the special recognition.
He was the judge for the event. Special photo with. Please come forward.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Roshan, sir. We now request Dr. Roshan Kazi to propose the vote of thanks and begin with the felicitation of the organizing committee. Can we please request the students to please be seated? Students are requested to please be seated. The event is still on.
Start.
Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we pull down curtains for Checkmate 2016, mic.
You've been a wonderful audience. At the end of the day, the people who have really made Checkmate 2016 happen, they deserve a round of applause from you. So please wait. And as we call out the names, not now, not a group applause, just like this. ये बहुत सारे हमारे faculty, staff, मेरे students, जिन्होंने रात दिन मेहनत किया. You may not be knowing the trials behind Checkmate 2016. Yesterday we received the hall at 12 o'clock in the night, and at 3 o'clock in the morning my people are putting up posters. So don't, another 20 minutes, be a wonderful audience that you are, and let's hear the loudest round of applause, whistles, whatever you want to do, as Roshan acknowledges the efforts of each of my team members. It will encourage it will strengthen their belief systems. Okay, are we agreeing on this? Can we have a trial applause? Trial. Good. So now I want to see this with every person. It has to go higher. Okay. All right, Roshan, over to you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ganeshan sir. Before we pull down curtains for Checkmate 2016, this is a time to say thank you to all those people who have been instrumental and most important for the successful completion of this historic event. On behalf of the entire AIMS family, I extend a deep heartfelt gratitude to all our panelists. I'd like to name them in this August gathering. Panel 1, Mr. Jitendra Patil, Head Defense Projects, Bharat Forge Limited. Mr. Lakshminarayanan Vaidyanthasamy, Vice President Engineering Global Tech Center, Unisys, Australia. Mr. Anand Sardeshmukh, Director General, Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture. Mr. Deepak Mahajan, Executive Vice President, Business Development, Aurangabad Electricals Limited, Pune. Mr. Ramesh Birazdar, Regional Finance Controller, Lear Corporations, Pune. Panel 2, Mr. G. Nagaraj, CEO, SME, OneSource, Make in India Foundation, Bangalore. Mr. Sandeep Dave, Director, InnovateU, Design and Innovation Consulting, Surat. Professor S. Ranga, Leadership Coach and Mentor, Bangalore. Mr. Jaikara Shetty, DGM HR, Sansera Engineering Private Limited, Pune. Dr. Prem Sethi, Academician and Entrepreneur, Pune. Panel 3, Dr. R. Ganeshan, Director, Allana Institute of Management Sciences. Mr. Kunal Sharma, Country Manager, India Jacobs Vehicle Systems, Pune. Mr. Rajashri Sen, Technical Advisor, Customized Energy Solutions, Pune. Mr. H.P. Srivastava, Head Human Resources, Commercial Department, Oriental Rubber Industries Limited, Pune. Please give them a huge round of applause. And I personally thank you for your powerful ideas. It was really a great pleasure listening to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel very glad to state that this entire event was executed by a team of highly dedicated, very committed and tenacious kind of personalities. I'd like to acknowledge their presence in this August gathering, and I request them to please come forward and accept a token of appreciation. And I request Honorable Chairman, Haji Ghulam Muhammad Azam Education Trust, Mr. Munawar Pirbhai, to kindly do the honor. I'll start with paper presentation team. Dr. Manik Kadam, come faster. Dr. Manik Kadam, Dr. Mayanka Sharma, Mr. Arvind, Ms. Sazia Patel, Ms. Mukta Srivastava, Ms. Sandhya Bhosle, and Ms. Pooja Mankar, and Professor Asad Zafir.
Drop it like that.
Guys, keep clapping. Thanks. May I now have Rabia Langu, who has single-handedly handled poster competition team. Peer boy, sir. convey a sincere thanks to Mr. Amit and Mr. Akash for certificate writing. Can we Amit and Akash to come on stage, please? Amit and Akash. Dr. Atik Sheikh for entire logistics management. Now I request Lakshminarayanan Vaidyanthasamy to kindly do the honor. Dr. Abhijit Saibale for administrative support. Mr. Panditi for mementos, Mr. Firoz for sound and light, Mr. Wasim and Akbar for audiovisual recording and photography. Hi, hi. Mr. Wasim and Mr. Akbar for sound, visual recording and photography, Ms. Saira Pansare and Mr. Tajuddin Sheikh for all the technical support, Mr. Sagar for printing stationery. I also thank Hotel Orators for the excellent food and beverage services. Now I'd like to take a pause because this is a special name that I'm announcing, and I'll request Ranga sir to kindly do the honor. But before that, I'll request Ranga sir to kindly do the honor for the MOSIS. The anchoring part has to be handled by Edwin, Nargis, Ilham and Moiz.
Damn girl, I like the way you move into the
can I
drum.
also have on stage Shinsi, Jafar, Pooja, Yasmin, Zishan, Mohsin for backstage support. I also like to call upon Samir Pathan, Samir, Imran Khan and Ajaz. Can also have Shoaib and his team for taking care of the stage decoration. Shoaib.
I like the way you move into the drum.
Dance to the sound of the underground.
I request all of you.
Dance to the sound of the underground.
Can we have now a huge round of applause for this special name who has been the overall coordination for this entire event, Miss Zarin Mulani. This event would not have been successful without her sincere efforts and dedication. Zarin. And Rabia Anjum to please come forward, who has been poster competition, Anjum and team. Let me also acknowledge all the efforts taken by our faculty members. I can't ignore them. I request all the faculty members to come forward as I announce your name. Professor S.D. Bagade, and I request Ganeshan sir to kindly do the honor. Yeah, Professor S.D. Bagade, Miss Cheryl Xavier, please clap for them. Mr. Ravi Bandari, Mr. Vijay Dhamore, the head of the MCA department, Professor Javed Khan, Miss Tanya Sheikh, Miss Sheetal Uplenchwar, Mr. Hanif Khan Pathan. Ms. Tabassum Sheikh, Ms. Tabassum Sheikh, Mr. Titus Newton, Mr. Pankaj Kulkarni, Ms. Simmi Agarwal, and now from the non-teaching staff, can we have Mr. Altamas Sheikh, please? Mr. Sudhakar Govulkar, Mr. Godekar Kantaram, Mr. Asfaq Sheikh, अच्छा ठीक है हाँ 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 Ms. Akhtar Sheikh, Ms. Saira Banu Pansare, Ms. Khayyum Mullah, and Ms. Kamal Sheikh. Sorry, Mr. Kamal Sheikh. I once again request Shoaib and team to please come forward. Shoaib. Can I have stage Dr. Acharya, please? Acharya, sir.
Everybody drop to the pop, pop.
Our thanks also goes out to all guest invitees for accepting the invitation, all the MB and MC students for this overwhelming participation. I will also like to express earnest thanks to all the press reporters for giving us an excellent coverage to our program. My profound gratitude also goes to Honorable P.A. Inamdar, Honorable Mrs. Abeda Inamdar for the profuse support and guidance they have been extended to all of us at MC Society. All the volunteers who have been running around doing a lot of things. And now, as I announce this name, I request a standing ovation. Dr. R. Ganeshan, the chief organizer of this event, for his brilliant planning and execution of this grand event. Without his support, this event would not have been a resounding success. I request the entire dignitaries to please offer flowers to Dr. R. Ganeshan. Get going! It deserves a big applause. To conclude, let me once again reiterate my gratitude to all. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
The same format continues for our very own Dr. Roshan Kazi. So please go ahead. Louder, louder, come on, I can't hear you. Make some noise. Yes. Thank you. Students, we are starting happenings, finale. Sharp